She answered and immediately put me on hold. So this is harassment. Behavior pattern.
Dispatch, can I help you?
They know when to come in and interrupt.
Victoria Police Department, can I help you?
Yes. May I have your name?
Operator 8570. Is there something I can help you with?
Yes. I have a report. Midcoast was helping me with harassment, and then they stopped helping me with the harassment packet that we were going to put together after speaking with Officer Casillas. So I'd like to know the status. The police department has said year after year they don't have enough evidence, but it appears they're tampering with it, which is a felony. And I have evidence of that because I've made multiple different reports. And now to interrupt what happened with Victoria, I think police are illegally monitoring my channel. And Victoria got caught in a lot of criminal activity, Victoria PD.
Okay.
So now the sheriffs don't want the same pattern of behavior.
Ma'am?
I'm not. How do I report crimes? You can't report crimes when law enforcement's committing them. It can't be done. Period.
Ma'am?
I just had it. This is the police department, and again, you can't report crimes. Period. At a police department.
Can I have a moment? Will you allow me to speak?
My whole main objective is how if you can't report crimes repeatedly over and over, year after year, at a police department, it can't be done. Period.
Ma'am, will you give me a moment to speak?
That's my question. I call you. Year after year, I'm calling locations. I just want to confirm if I have a clear understanding that you cannot report crimes, period, at a police department. Is that what you're telling me?
No. Can I have a moment to speak?
Okay, sure.
Okay. I've collected enough information. This is just a dispatch center. I'm going to have an officer give you a call as soon as I have one available. And when I do, it might be blocked or private.
But can I have a question, ma'am? I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, so when the dispatcher told me things that were going on in the case and the cases, and I have it uploaded, and they got caught tampering with evidence, and it appears they're strategizing now to help the dispatchers conceal crimes, and they won't give me any information like it is when I'm in jail. So I'm just curious on how it switched up, and dispatchers now hide and have to hang up and quickly forward me over to a police that'll try to conceal crimes.
Ma'am, this is just dispatch center.
I'm not really being heard, ma'am. I have a video uploaded now speaking with dispatch that gave me information on my case. I'm just trying to incriminate people that people are deliberately racking up charges for themselves and tampering with evidence, and it's a felony. I think that someone has told dispatch that you guys got incriminated, and they're demanding dispatch immediately send me over to crooked police to get nowhere like they've been doing year after year. I'm just trying to prove it.
Okay, ma'am, I'm going to go ahead and clear this.
I don't understand why when I'm reporting crimes, isn't that criminal? If you're hanging up in the middle of me reporting crimes again, that's not criminal?
I'll have an officer give you a call.
So, what is harassment? I don't know what's happening. Oh, she hung up. Harassment charges refer to allegations or behavior intended to annoy, alarm, abuse, torment, or embarrass another person. Such charges can involve various forms of conduct, including verbal, physical, written actions, and can occur in diverse settings like workplaces, so and so, so and so. There's sexual harassment, cyberstalking, harassment using electronics like social media, cyberbullying. So to publicly humiliate me on my own channel and slander me and degrade me like what's in the comments is considered harassment, and that is criminal. In some kind of way, there's law enforcement has it staring at them in the face and still has not gotten criminal charges for their behavior. Then we have stalking, repeatedly following, contacting, or harassing someone, often with threats of harm. We already have that in this environment, and I was punished for reporting it when it's on camera footage. And she hung up to conceal my neighbor's misconduct and actually criminal behavior. Domestic violence harassment that everyone's covering for. Family members, or it doesn't necessarily have to be, I thought that it could also be a partner-like situation, but my devices alter, web pages alter. Emotional or psychological harassment, actions intended to cause emotional distress or distress to a person's family or household members. Let's see what scam this is. Hello?
Kiana?
Yes.
71-1306. Did you call the police department?
Who is this?
This is Sergeant Bonda.
Bonda? And your badge number?
1348.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure I have the statute for harassment. So I guess that's a behavior intended to annoy, alarm, abuse, torment, or embarrass another party. Is that correct?
Are you reading the statute?
I'm just trying to make sure from law enforcement my phone's hacked.
Yeah, so you're reading the statute, correct?
I just wanted to make sure it was correct.
You're reading the statute, correct?
Oh, okay. So would your behavior typically actually be harassment? If you're deliberately called and prearranged to annoy me, disrespect, could this be criminal for law enforcement to do this? Because if you wanted to call it alarm, abuse, degrade, embarrass, torment, could this possibly be criminal, your behavior right now on this phone call? And multiple different law enforcement agencies and officers?
If you want to make a complaint, you come
I'm
down
just trying to get, so you call me to not have, so I couldn't get anywhere. You don't want me to have any knowledge, period? Is that a red flag? What, you're a police officer?
Kiana, do you have an emergency?
I'm just trying to see, so you call me, would this be abuse? You call me to not tell me anything? Was there relevancy why you called and why dispatchers sent dispatch out police to call me that behave like you? So you call me angry, and you've already done it before and tried to set me up. So would this actually be criminal, what you're doing?
If you want to make a complaint, come to the PD.
So if you call to not do anything, I don't need to speak with you. Are you guys denying me law enforcement like all other agencies? You don't want me to know about my rights and how not to be violated? You think, is that a red flag?
Kiana, what is it that you're wanting?
Oh, yes. Okay. So with the information on annoying, alarming, like maybe would it be a harassment if someone was told to repeatedly put someone on hold to annoy him? Let's say, let's just say, let's say someone on the phone was being hacked. Let's just say it was illegally. Let's just say that, and law enforcement denied them law enforcement 10 years. Let's just say that that's what happened. So let's just say, let's say that someone told them to put them on hold, like 30, 40 minutes, multiple different calls. Let's just say maybe they had a counterfeit network that the law enforcement covered for. Let's just say that happened. And then let's just say that they deliberately tried to annoy him, embarrass him. Could that be considered criminal and harassment? Let's just say it happened every call. Let's just say it happened when they're calling law enforcement, dispatchers, family member, and they deliberately want to traumatize them, annoy them, disrespect them, embarrass them, scare them. This is law enforcement? You're sure you're law enforcement?
Kiana, what do you want? Like, what is it that you want?
What would you have to do to not break the law?
Oh my God, I'm not going to do this with you. If you want to make a complaint, then go down to the police department. If that's what you want to do, if you want to make a complaint on any of the officers, me, whoever it is that you're saying that's violating your rights, go down to the police
I just don't
department.
know the relevancy of you calling and dispatchers sending out having me have interaction with crooked police every single time. And I'm trying to see if your behavior, when you deliberately trying to embarrass me and annoy me and slander me, if it's indeed criminal in other ways. Could that be indeed considered harassment? If you wanted to scare me and like other officers demanded that I was mentally ill, asking me for my family member's address because I was having a mental illness crisis to stay out of prison, I'm just trying to see how many different charges it would be. If you were deliberately trying to annoy me and scare me and harass me and enlist others to do the same, I don't know, maybe like enlisting someone to demand that I was mentally ill to flee abuse, maybe something like that. Them scare me that I demand that I get mental health treatment to live on property. I don't know how many charges this would be. And if you or your inability to give me a feedback on laws and regulations to keep yourself out of prison isn't cutting it. You demanding that I take the blame over and over again for your crimes. I'm just trying to see how many crimes you're committing at one time. So we have established in this information that I read, if you are trying to alarm someone, it went away. It doesn't, okay. If you are trying, it has changed. Okay. Verbal abuse, cyberstalking, it removed the alarm, and the other thing, you won't do law enforcement. It just changed right here. I just read it out. That's why I asked you to let me know, because my device is hacking. You won't give me law enforcement. It's what can be a felony charge to stalking, like threats of violence, can escalate to the charge of stalking, a felony. Wow. What if law enforcement's racking up that felony and threaten someone's arrest for reporting crimes? Well, let's say they're listing people in the environment to stalk someone so they don't get their criminal charges. When they were caught doing stakeouts and demanded someone to be mentally ill to stay out of prison. So when uploads of them doing stakeouts, I don't know, just have less neighbors to do it. No one will ever believe it anyway. We promise we're not stalking. We just came to remove her case manager from nowhere. We promise we're not doing it because that would be a felony. No, YouTubers did it. YouTubers did it. They called. But law enforcement did it before I got the channel. So now it's the YouTubers' fault. We promise we're not enlisting your neighbors and covering for it.
Sam Robert King, 1536. Sam Robert King, 1536, 59 Fox Road.
So I don't know how to report that law enforcement refuses to abide by the law and conceal crimes. And like I said, your behavior is criminal in many different ways. Demanding that people scare me for trying to flee abuse and demand that I show 5-6 people in one setting. They're thinking it's a threat and a safety risk for me to flee abuse and demand that I get mental health treatment immediately. I think I still have the paperwork. They didn't know. They thought I was going to have to go through to a mental hospital. But I had paperwork that I was getting mental health treatment. It was this closed, small window of dates. And then whoever that was, she was being rude and degrading me. She said that she demanded to know if it was case management and what kind of mental health treatment, which I don't know how that wouldn't be a violation of my rights. We still have not gotten down to the bottom of why I can't flee anywhere. So Casillas has a report, and I don't really know what to do because, there's a lot of situations going on. And as you can hear, that there's a lot going on in harassment, and a lot of this behavior is felonies. And a lot of the behavior of law enforcement is felonies. If you're deliberately coming out trying to embarrass me and torment me with your one subscriber,
Kiana,
and if that's deliberate, I don't know why that wouldn't be criminal charges. You don't want me to have any legal knowledge as law enforcement? Would I get anywhere year after year? Because it appears to me, if you call to annoy me and strategize to keep me from law enforcement, that's a criminal. Isn't that a criminal in another way? So did you call to dangle something that you had no intention of giving me when you called? Wouldn't that be annoying? Like what I've experienced all day to day, in fact, years? How is it that these scammers strategize in their words to annoy me? How could that not be considered harassment? How could what I experienced with transit not be considered harassment? And letting me book the appointment, then they don't have it, book it again, put me on hold. I don't know how multiple different places doing that wouldn't be criminal if it's deliberate and meant to be annoying. So are you demanding that I not get law enforcement again? Calling the police department? And blaming me for it? I'm not quite certain on what kind of, like I said, I have to be forced to do because you guys refuse any legal knowledge. And these books I try to get online is peculiar. But I thought him trying to scare me for reporting that my Facebook page is hacked and someone had the middle finger on my profile picture. And he's demanding my son's phone number so he can tell him I was in a mental crisis. I'm not quite certain why that's not a false report. It's uploaded to YouTube. Trying to scare me and then make me think that he was setting me up for reporting what was obvious with this Facebook page. They did it again because they knew law enforcement was covering for it. I changed my profile picture back, then they changed it again. I'm locked out of 2 pages now I've had decades with a whole bunch of friends on it. Someone didn't like all my friends and just chose to lock me out, knew law enforcement was on his side, and he'd never see accountability for it. He says in the emails, they will protect me forever. You're powerless. The emails you guys won't look at. And now I see that you're reducing yourself to repeatedly altering words that I'm saying in these videos. It's annoying. Could that be considered harassment?
Kiana, contact the police department. I gotta go. Okay.
I thought you were the police department. I need to report that you're a scammer, that you're not the police.
Yeah, then go to the police department. Okay.
I'm just going to, I mean, if you call to be annoying to offer something that you knew that you had no intention of giving me, I don't know how that wouldn't be criminal.
Sorry, but the person you called has a
It's the police department.
not been set up yet.
Wow.
Goodbye.
This is the time, 3:58. It wouldn't record earlier. This is the police department. I just got off the phone with them. My device is glitching, going different things that I'm trying to show you. Then I called and spoke with dispatch. She said she was having someone call me back. Let's call the sheriff's office and see if they find this peculiar, since Vandergrift said that he don't believe it's happening. Ma'am, do you know anything about me placing calls? I just have a question. I don't want you to transfer me to a police and demand the officer come out. I feel like you're violating my rights. I just have a question.
Victoria County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah, I just had a question. I feel like you guys are violating my rights by demanding officers come out just because I'm asking questions.
Is that your question?
I'm just expressing that I feel like you are by demanding someone come out to bully me just because I have a question.
But you said you have a question for me. That's a statement.
Well, as I expressed with the other party, if someone is able to manipulate calls and enlist people to harass, annoy, and embarrass, as I expressed with the party I called before you, I'm not certain if it's prearranged call after call, why that couldn't be considered a form of harassment. If someone prearranges before that party placed the call that they were going to disrespect. I can't hear you, ma'am. What did you say?
Can you define harassment for me?
Okay, sure. Let me look it up on my phone.
Okay.
I'm not sure why I need to do that calling the police department, but we'll see how this goes. Okay, it says verbal abuse, cyberstalking. Wait a minute, it changed. Let me go back to the other one. Okay, it's changing. You guys want to do law enforcement, but it says behavior intended to disturb, upset, cause distress, or annoy to another person.
Okay.
So
you understand the term of harassment and the meaning.
But I'm calling the police department for
now. To ask a question, but you've made statements. How can I help you today?
Okay, is this Brandy?
This is Brandy.
Okay, so I expressed something to you, and then you're asking me how you could help.
Well, you said you had a question.
I think there's a disconnect. I think maybe we have different agendas.
You know, everything you've said.
I think that you are actually committing the crime of harassment right now, and then we have different agendas. I think that your behavior is criminal. As we can see, they know my personality type. I think it's methodical and prearranged, and he knows that I'll be on it. I have trash out. It's really unlike me, and I haven't taken out the trash. I just really haven't been myself because he knew every single time I'm on it, countless hours, out thousands of hours, and he's getting his fix, his gratification. The time now is 4:02. So each time the scammers escalate, and it's prearranged. So it adds to the torment. He's already set up a put out, and he needs to strategize to make sure I'm trapped in it and wants me to suffer while trying to flee his abuse, knowing full blown, law enforcement is behind why I can't. So since they're furious, he just rages out through law enforcement and these scammers on my phone year after year, knowing you never believe my story, and they demand that I'm mentally ill as an alibi and enlist parties around. I just want you to see the mind game. I had to watch Evil Lives Here because I didn't understand it. But it's just a form of taunting. If you want me to call mid-cuffs? Yes, then leave. But like I said, I've experienced this years. And then hanging up, disrespecting, that is indeed on these calls. That's a form of harassment, and that's criminal. These people are sugarcoating all kind of criminal. If they are deliberately trying to annoy me, torment me, and terrorize me, that is a crime. Putting me on hold, all these different parties, I wouldn't know how that wouldn't be considered harassment. I stopped the recording and still recording.